I did not know where to play her from and how to play that particular scene in movie number 2. And I found it, and I hope it comes across, but it was hard. It's a bit lame, and I think in real life, anybody who does that is a red flag.
Lame
anyway,
person.
that style it's Zack Snyder, So I think it's quite unique. In movie 2, you have that liberation, that freedom, that okay, now I know what my purpose is.
So, hello.
Hi.
Rebel Moon is a brand new franchise. And how do you think it differs from other popular sci-fi / fantasy movies like Star Wars, for example? What makes it unique?
What makes it unique, I think, is sort of different kind of storylines that are quite intense. I think everybody that you meet has a background that is unusual. I personally haven't found a lot Nemesis, a storyline, what you get from what she says in movie number 2, and I was like, wow, I've never heard a storyline like that. Even Cora's past and her circumstances is not something that I could relate to from another art piece or another film that I've seen in the past. So I think in that way it's quite unique and just shot by Zack, like the size of it was just that style it's Zack Snyder, So I think it's quite unique. I think it is.
One of your co-stars called Zack Snyder an actor's dream. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely. He's such a generous director and he's very involved. He's so caring and he's meticulous. He is detailed oriented and he really knows his story and he really cares about it. And also he's a lot of fun. He really is.
That's pretty important too.
He really is, and he brought so much enthusiasm to us on set, and care, and he lifted us all, and he made us want to give him everything we could on set to deliver for the character and show up.
You've said once that it took you quite a long time to try to forgive your character, Cora, for her past doings. Mm-hmm. And do you think you will be able to play her with such dedication and devotion as you clearly did if you couldn't forgive her?
No, I couldn't. I mean, sometimes you play characters and you're like, I really disagree with that action or those choices. But you have to defend it somehow. As an actor, it's your job to go and look for the humanity behind what makes people do what they do, because ultimately we're not all born wanting to do these things if we are led to do bad things, let's say. So I think that I needed to find what went wrong in her path to forgive her, what could lead her. But it's pretty, and that's I did not know where to play her from and how to play that particular scene in movie number 2. And I found it, and I hope it comes across, but it was hard.
And fascinating thing about Cora's character is that, she has done some pretty terrible things in her past, but she never uses this excuse, this argument, like, I was just following orders. I did what I was told to do. I mean, she could have, but she never did. Mm-hmm. And why do you think that is?
I think, first of all, she's ashamed of what she did, so it's hard for her to talk about that. But the one time that she talks about it is when she opens up with Gunnar and tells her the ultimate, action that she is reluctant to speak about, that she's never spoken about, not even Hagen at that point, I think. Yeah, not even Hagen knows what she did. And it's interesting. I think it's something. It's interesting. I think it would be too easy to say it's not my fault.
Well, many people in our history did. Many people in our history actually justified their actions like that.
Yeah, it's because at the end because they don't want to be held accountable for their action. I think that's what people do when they don't want to be held accountable. But I think she is facing the fact that she did that, and it would be excusing maybe some aspect of her action, or the biggest aspect of her action, which is the biggest part anyway. But it would, in a way, it's hiding behind excuses, like saying it's not my fault, it's this person's fault.
I had no job.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit lame, and I think in real life, anybody who does that is a red flag.
Lame
anyway.
Both Rebel Moon movies are about Cora seeking redemption. And do you think she achieved that in The Scargiver?
I think she was finally given the opportunity to go and find her redemption. She needs to go and finish what she needs to do. But she finds community, and she finds a group of people that she can finally relate to, because even though they all have different storylines, they all were shackled. They were all imprisoned by their past and their emotions. And they all have that in common. And all they meet each other and they finally fight together towards the right cause, as opposed to being recluse in their own areas and just fighting small crimes or fighting against small things. Or some, like Tarek, he's not even doing anything anymore, and he is just shackled, literally. And that's the metaphor for what we all look like, what we all are emotionally in this film when we meet everybody. And I think in movie 2, you have that liberation, that freedom, that, okay, now I know what my purpose is. I know what I'm meant to do. And I think that is through pursuing that Cora will find full redemption. She hasn't found it yet, quite yet. She will.
And do you think that everybody is capable of redeeming themselves? Or some people are just lost causes?
Oh, it's hard to say lost causes, because I mean, you name some people and in history that have done some action that it would be hard for me to tell you, no, they need to be redeemed also. You know, like it'd be quite impossible. But I think that, but I also look at, you know, when you're born and you're a baby, nobody would ever do anything like that.
Yeah.
Right? You become this person through education, how you're taught, how you grow up. So I want to say, because I'm hopeful, it's like just for the most part, yes, I hope. I don't know. But I hope that it you know, it's subjective also. Depends on the action, and sometimes I guess some are harder than the others. But yeah, maybe everybody's entitled to a redemption.
And lastly, what kind of future do you see or wish for Cora?
Oh, I would love for her to go back to Veld and have a farm and a few goats and chicken, and just wear whatever she wants and not have to fight anything else for the rest of her life. And
That's
just enjoy farming, I guess, and baking tarts and cookies, and I don't know. Just,
sounds like a
just a
nice
peaceful life. That's what she needs. That's what I want for her.
Okay, thank you very much for the talk.
Thank you.